Welcome to the second of a three-part lecture series on Chapter 1 of Practical Law Office Management. This second lecture will be covering the types of law office practices. First are corporate law practices. Some businesses, including large corporations, banks, retailers, manufacturers, transportation companies, publishers, and other in hospitals and the like, they'll have their own in-house law departments. Corporate law departments handle a variety of legal concerns in such areas as labor relations, federal tax law, environmental law, Securities and Exchange Commission filings, general litigation, benefits for employees, real estate law, workers' compensation claims, etc. The general counsel is the attorney who is the chief attorney for the corporate legal department. In a government practice, there are many different departments for agencies, district attorneys, city attorneys, attorney generals, and U.S. attorneys, to name a few. Sorry about that. Hope that doesn't happen again. And also there are legal services and legal aid offices. These are legal clinics or public law offices. A legal services, aid, or clinic office is a not-for-profit law office that receives grants from the government and private donations to pay for representation of disadvantaged persons who otherwise could not afford legal services. Legal services and aid offices typically represent persons in areas relating to child support, child custody, disability claims, bankruptcies, landlord disputes, and mental health problems, among others. According to the American Bar Association, there were 1.3 million attorneys in the year 2012. There are great statistics that are highly recommended for review on the ABA website. A sole practitioner is an attorney who individually owns and manages a practice. Sole practitioners are typically generalists, meaning they handle a wide variety of cases such as probate, family law, criminal law, and personal injury. Small law firms or boutique firms, they have fewer than 20 attorneys. A small law office that specializes in only one or two areas of the law is sometimes called a boutique firm. Medium-sized firms, these are usually between 20 and 75 attorneys. And medium-sized firms are usually organized into subject area departments, like your real estate department, corporate department, maybe there's a family law department, etc. And they have professional administrators. Large firms have between 75 and several hundred attorneys. Large firms have practice groups. Sorry, I'm checking my computer. Large firms have practice groups or departments like antitrust, bankruptcy, environmental, estate planning, intellectual property, and the list goes on and on and on. They cover that in the book. The internal structure of large firms is more similar to the structure of business corporations than to other types of law firms. Law firms usually employ a large number of paralegals. Large firms, that is. Mega firms can have 1,000 or more attorneys. Very big. Other types of law practice include plaintiff or defense firms. Many private law practices may categorize themselves as either plaintiff or defense firms. Plaintiff-oriented firms represent clients who bring claims against others. They tend to be smaller than defense-oriented terms, are not generally not as well funded as defense firms, and have fewer employees. Defense-oriented firms have the luxury of billing defendants who are typically businesses. This gives defense-oriented firms a more stable cash flow, enabling them to hire more personnel, purchase advanced equipment, and spend more on litigation services such as hiring expert witnesses and taking as many depositions as are needed. Law firm mergers are commonplace in the legal industry. There are different reasons for firms to merge, but some of the strategies are related to growth and survival. When a merger takes place, questions regarding conflicts of interest can be a problem, as well as cultural differences and staffing issues and political power struggles, among other things. In the past, law firms have practiced in a single location, and that's not necessarily the case any longer. The internet, computer networks that tie offices together, and large multiple office law firms have come along to change this. Many firms have a geographic service area strategy, which may include being local, statewide, regional, multi-state, national, international, or even just industry specific. Some statistics on the percent of attorneys and where they practice. As you can see, 75% are in private practice, so that's where the jobs are. Not to say that there aren't great jobs in government, corporate, private industry. Retired, inactive attorneys do still maybe inactive and still practicing a little bit on the side. The judiciary is a small group. The education group is very small, like me. Legal aid, public defender, and private association lawyers. So they practice on a broad scale in these particular areas. The percent of attorneys by practice size are also, they vary by practice type. Where there's just one lawyer, you can see there's almost 50% of the firms in the United States have just one lawyer in them, so it's a great number. Followed by, a small firm of 2 to 5. The large firms are smaller in number, but great in might. All right. So thank you. These are the types of law firms out there, and we will cover the law practice organization structures in the next part 3 of 3.